Hey guys, we are live and I'm doing this one alone today. Mike's got some family adventures, so as always, let me know if the sound is okay, all that jazz. I'm in the upstairs for now, but I will be going downstairs to show you guys the new hauler, just give you a sneak peek. I'm gonna, let's see, I'm gonna try and get all the messages going here. So I got the chat up. I'm gonna try and keep an eye on that for you guys. I'll be bouncing back and forth between the chat and just sitting in front of the phone. Let me know if the sound is okay. Hey, Joe from Scranton. Morning, Michael. I'm gonna, like I said, just let me know if the sound's okay. I'm gonna try and work the microphone, all that stuff by myself, and work the tripod. So, hey guys, we're gonna let some people join in, and as I mentioned, I'm gonna be working the comments and all that by myself, so I'll have to bounce back and forth. Good. Hey, what's up, Dave? Yeah, I'm finally home. I got home at like 1 a.m. last evening, or yesterday morning, I'm sorry, 6 a.m. Days run together, and I got done unloading the big hauler truck last night at 3 a.m. We got done. The gentleman that I bought the truck from that towed it for me, he did a bomb run across the country, non-stop basically, from north of Seattle all the way to here in Pennsylvania, outside of Philadelphia, and it was like crazy. And he got in at like midnight, and by the time we got unloaded and everything packed up and him on his way, it was 3 a.m. So I didn't get a ton of sleep, but I'm psyched. So yeah, we're getting the chat going. I'll show you guys downstairs a little bit. One downside to putting this new building on I found already is the shop downstairs, when the doors will shut up, they got poor reception as it was. Now it gets like almost no reception because of this building on top. So shooting live is going to be very difficult in the other shop till we get some like really good Wi-Fi run, or internet cable run down to the shop, and then some Wi-Fi. So for now, this is what we're doing. We're just working with it. So let me check the chat. Walk you guys around in a minute. Like I said, we're letting some people join. It looks like we have a fair amount of people. The sound's not so good from the chair. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, that we just have like a boom mic because we've been having, we have a problem with when we use the lav mic with a cell phone. Again, reminding you guys, we're shooting with a cell phone. So whenever we shoot, yeah, so I'm just further away. I'll just have to talk louder or get more in the camera so you guys can see what's going on. So I'm looking at all right, so we got a bunch of people on. Yeah, it's quiet when I'm far away. Mike said if you want some pair of bedside boards for the Roadster pickup, and you are coming to Massachusetts, I have a set. Thanks, Mike. I'm probably going to make a set, to be honest. You can maybe email us some photos to see if it's something awesome, and maybe we'll make the trip. But I may just make something out of extra oak boards. Hey, Jim. Hey, Leroy. And hey, Leonard. Yeah, behind the camera, it's going to sound great. I see your comments, Rick. I'm like super close to the camera, but for me to sit in front of the camera, it's a little... So how's that? There we go. So a couple things we have going on I'm going to mention. I'm going to talk a little louder. Hopefully it helps you guys. You can turn your sound up a little bit too. Apologize. We are low budget. I spend all my money on cars. So fancy camera equipment and microphone is not in the budget currently. And I don't have anybody who can work it because I'm kind of an idiot. So we have a bunch of events coming up and stuff going on. I want to get that out of the way real quick. We have the Gilmore Museum. They're doing the Relics Riot show. We're going to be out for that. I think that's in like 2 weeks. I'm going to be doing the mentorship program with some recently graduated young men and women, and I'll be doing that class right before before Relics Riot, a few days ahead of time. So I may be there for the cruise-in, I think on Wednesday nights, and then I'll also be there for the show. We're going to bring a car out, hang out, so it should be a really good time. If you're in the area, definitely come out to that show to check out the Gilmore, which is amazing every day of the week, but the traditional Hot Rod and Custom show is awesome Also very cool. So that's going to be awesome. I can't wait to do that. We got the Wheels of Time show, which is a local one. It's a long running, like 3-day street rod and hot rod show that's been going for a number of years. And that is in Macungie, Pennsylvania. We set up a big booth there at that show. They are a local club. We like to support them, and they give us a nice little spot. So we will be out of that. As always, we'll probably do a little video on that show, and we'll be bringing a slew of cars out this year. Probably some sort of project car, maybe the Roadster pickup, and I don't know what else. But we're gonna bring a bunch of cars out to that, so that should be really good. So that's a couple big things in August that we have going on as far as events go. We got some great picking and adventure videos coming up. We've been working on some stuff that we haven't been able to post that will be posted later on. We're going to film on Monday at a place, and we've already filmed there once, so we're putting together a video there that will be really cool. It'll be put out probably towards the end of the summer. We're going to a crazy secret spot, not this week, but the following week, with like 50 or more cars that we've been working on that we're going to go check out. So we have a lot of fun adventure videos. Plus, I just got back from Seattle and Denver, Colorado. So we're doing some picking out in Seattle, and I worked out a deal in Denver on some stuff. So if you guys saw Kate and I running around on social media in Denver, that was why. I was out there looking at a stash of parts, made a deal on that stuff, and we'll be shooting a video probably end of the summer or maybe early fall when I can get out there and pick all that stuff up and drive it back cross country. So logistics is always a problem. So let me take you off the stand. I'll also answer some questions along the way. Let's see. All right. Yeah, the sound isn't bad with this mic. It's just obviously I get further away. It's like a boom mic. So for everybody commenting, we're going to work on it one of these days. I need to. All right. So you can see some stuff I got set up. We got some tin. What's for breakfast, Kevin says. I didn't eat anything. I didn't even have coffee. I woke up and like had half an hour to get ready, and Mike came by and grabbed footage. So I don't think I showed you guys this last time. This is all the tin. I got this big pile of tin here I'm going to be putting on the walls in the shop. This was salvaged from a like early 1900s barn that had fallen down in Maryland. And I went out, found a guy on, I think he was on Facebook Marketplace maybe. And yeah, so I found that, and that was pretty cool. And I was able to get this stuff from him. It was pretty much everything. So this is most of the roof, but all this old corrugated tin, which is really cool. People try to, get new metal and fake it or whatever. But he gave me a pretty good deal on the stuff, which is cool. And I'm going to plan to put it up on the walls. We're going to insulate and do all that stuff up here. As you can see, I've been sorting and organizing and all that stuff. I got a bunch of my heads all out and organized. So when I do get time, I can set them all up. So that I kind of have an inventory of what I have. So I'm building cars. I can easily check out what I have. One of the things I went to Seattle for, we bought a big stash of stuff that came in my big truck. You guys are hearing this information before the videos are even edited. But I got this. This is holy grail stuff for Cadillac. I actually carried this on the plane through 2 airports and got hassled, but it worked out pretty nice. This is a Jackson Rotophase. This is for Cadillac. This is the same distributor that is on the Cookie T and is probably one of the most sought after Cadillac speed parts on the planet. People were kind of laughing at me because I was carrying it on the plane, but it made it. Just have it on my shelf for now. This is going to go on a Sweetheart Roadster, so super psyched to have that. Let me check the comments here. Sorry, I know finger on the screen. Give me a break. Trying to hold the camera, not knock the mic off. All right, so we had a question I wanted to hit. Tom asked, what is your favorite finished car for you to drive? So that's a tough one. As of late, it's been the Mercury, to be honest. The Mercury is running really, really well. It's a nice, smooth car to drive for the most part. Kate likes riding in this one because it's not as smelly as some of the hot rods. So, but this car's been really, really great. It's been running awesome, and just been really happy with this. So as of late, to be as crazy as it may sound, the Mercury has been one of my favorites. Let's see if I can get the hood open. I don't know if we ever showed you guys the Mercury with the engine all finished up. So yeah, so the Merc is all pretty much running really, really well. I've been super happy with it, like I said. So this one's been one of my favorites. I've been driving the Schroll Coupe, but it's been giving me hell lately. I just had a handful of problems. Right now we're dealing with a starter problem on the Schroll Coupe, so it's actually on the lift. We were nursing a crappy old starter, and it finally shit the bed the other day after I drove it to a Eastwood Cruise in, and I ordered a replacement rebuilt starter on eBay, and surprise, surprise, it got here, and the gear is wrong for the Bendix, and now I'm going back and forth with them. I'm hoping this stash I got from Seattle, I have a starter in there, we'll see. So got the Pagoda City Coupe's been back on the road, so I've been driving that around some. This car, I haven't driven too much. Have you ever rang the temple bell in the Pagoda? I'm sure as a kid I knocked on it. I don't think I ever rang it. Beautiful, driven a little bit. We've been refining some things. This car actually is sold. Car is going to Texas. Germany. So this car recently, a viewer reached out to us. We made a deal, sold this car. So we're getting this ready for its trip to the new owner. I love the car, but I have so much crap I had to get rid of something. So that's going. Yeah, so right now the Merc might be my favorite that's a drivable car. It's always a problem having all these cars and keeping them maintained and driving them. I drove the 39 Ford yesterday, had to do some errands when I got home from the airport, and Moon and I took a ride in this. This car is always runs really, really well. I'm going to raise the suspension up a little bit on this car. This car is going to be, just for anybody watching the live, this car is going to be going for sale here shortly. I barely drive it. So that car, we're just going to fix a few things. I'm going to raise the rear suspension. It's settled, and it bangs on the exhaust going over bumps. So I'm going to raise the rear up just a little bit. We're going to fix a couple odds and ends, and this thing's going to be going for sale. So if you've been interested in this car, we've had a ton of people hit us up over the past couple years after we built it. Send us an email, irontrapgarage@gmail.com, and we can talk about price and if maybe you could be the new owner. So anyways, we'll head down to the shop. Let's see. Joe asked a good question. Would you ever work on viewer projects? No, I don't really do customer work. That's the whole idea with everything we do with the channel and the parts business. I've been trying to get around. I do not want to own or operate a hot rod shop. It's just not something I like to do. I also don't think that my skill level, to be honest, is something that I want to be doing customer builds. I do work for myself, and Steve and I are basically amateurs, and Mike. So I never thought I wanted to open a shop. I don't really want to deal with the customer work, to be honest. See some of these crates we got here. I got to set these up eventually. Those are going to be used for storing intakes and stuff. They're old gas burner crates that we salvaged from somewhere. Oh man, a while ago. I've had them stashed for a while now. So let's see. Let's see. Thank you, Howard. Howard is talking about the channel and likes the channel, so thank you, Howard. Where's Moon? Got to have Moon live. Moon is a pain in the ass, to be honest. When I'm trying to shoot a live, he's going to be wandering in the neighbor's yard or chasing another dog or doing something stupid. So I try not to have him on the live. You might hear him bark if somebody shows up, and that's always a problem. So let me walk down, and I'm going to grab the tripod here in case I want to stand in front of it. I'm going to walk you guys down, and you can check out the new hauler. I hinted at it a little bit with the picture for the live. So this is my little... Hi, Matt. I stopped by the shop on Friday, but of course you weren't there. Yeah, so Yeah, for anybody that's interested, if you just stop by the shop on a random day that isn't Sunday, we're probably not going to let you wander around and hang out unless it's worked out, or if it's prearranged, because we're shooting videos and trying to get work done. We've had a lot of people stop by lately, and I hate to cut people short, but that was a good example. I'm traveling quite often, so I may not be here. So it's better to send an email more than like one day ahead of time, and I can try and help you guys or hang out a little bit. But during the week, we are trying to shoot videos, and we're not just hanging out. We're hanging out, but we're getting work done. So there is the truck. And the reception would be better with a Pennsylvania Tire sign on my truck. Go find your own, punk. I actually bought that from our buddies Mike and Chad from Oklahoma. Mike actually had, I think he found 2 of them, and Mike and I both bought them. Mike talked me into buying the one. He was buying it, and he's like, you need the other one. I'm like, okay. Kyle asked if I still worked at Eastwood. I do not. I left Eastwood over a year ago. It was April 1st was last year was my first day full-time for not with Eastwood. We still partner with them on some product promotion and stuff, and obviously see me using the tools, but I don't work there as a full-time employee, so I can do all this madness. 1947 Pontiac, yes. I sold Beautiful. Beautiful is sold. I had a viewer reach out, and we made a deal. It's going to Germany, actually, but he is as crazy about this stuff as you, or especially myself, is, so it's going to a good home for sure. So I'm really psyched on that. So it'll be nice to see it go to a good home and get some more attention. I wasn't able to give it the attention. So hauler, people are already asking about it. This is the hauler. Just got it off of the truck. So I don't know if it was a month or 2 ago, Mike, myself, and a bunch of our friends, couple friends, went out, and we went around Oregon and Washington. I bought this truck, and here it is. So I just got back from Seattle. Kate and I went out, and Denver, but mainly Seattle. And the reason was I bought a parts collection from a gentleman that's on the ham, and he watches our videos occasionally. He was ready to be done with, I'm gonna climb up here so you guys can see. Bees are already trying to make homes. But we pack this truck full. I packed this truck full. Kate was with me. Our buddy Rick, that is like our resident Seattle friend, and he helped me a little bit with loading the truck up. I loaded this up. This truck is loaded. It is like, I don't know, 7,000 pounds, something crazy. When he went over, you cannot hear me. Let me try again. Just comment if a bunch of you guys can't hear me. So yeah, somebody asked about what the big building in the background is. There's a community center next door to my property and a foundry in the background. All right, good. So there's one guy that might have not heard me well, or maybe he was behind on the video. So yeah, hauler guy here. I have it loaded with, I had it loaded with parts. The back is just like, so the bed is really cool on this thing, and it's like pretty deep. So you could see, it's like a big giant pickup bed. So you could see we have it packed like to the brim. And I actually left some stuff behind. I have to go back to Will, that I bought all the stuff from. He had so much stuff. He totally forgot what he had, which happens. And we went to a second storage unit. And I was already at like working 8, 9, 10 hours loading. And when he opened a storage unit, it was way more than expected. So I left behind a bunch of good stuff, mainly because of weight. We were already so heavy on this truck that I couldn't, do anything about it. So I had to cut the loading short, but I got this truck loaded. Chase, that I bought the truck from, super nice guy. He's as crazy about these big trucks as I am about the early Ford stuff. And yeah. Will in Washington here, huh? Well, Will, if not the same guy, but yeah, he was out near Linwood is where we were at grabbing parts. So that video is going to come out probably Tuesday. I think Mike's working on that video right now. He just grabbed the footage a few minutes ago. What is most of this stuff? It's old hot rod parts and early Ford stuff. bunch of LaSalle transmissions, etc., etc. You guys, a lot of people. You're on the east side. Let's see. Steve asked, what is the track Roadster? I'm not going to go real far into the shop because, like I said, the signal is pretty crappy in here now. So I may lose the live. But I'll kind of stick the camera in there. Steve asked, that track Roadster, you could probably see it way in the back there under the 3-window. That track Roadster is the one we got in Missouri. I'm going to open the garage door. Maybe I can get a better shot. That track Roadster is, that's the one we got in Missouri. That's the old roundy round car. It's an original, like, roaring Roadster, if you will. And I'll see if I'll sneak in real quick, see if you guys can see it. So that's the track T right there. Sorry, I know it's packed with stuff right now, but that track T is the one. You're right. That is a good eye, but that's the one we got in Missouri. I got it out of the trailer where I had it stored for a while, and it was a problem. So yeah, it was a problem finding space to put it somewhere. So we got it out of the trailer just recently, and it's underneath the lift, just getting stored for now. You can see the Roadster pickup. I'm gonna let you guys look at that while I'm answering some questions here. Let's see. Rick, you can stop texting me. I'm doing a live. Rick's watching the live and texting me. Don't do that. I have enough pop-ups on my screen. All right, let's see. Yeah, so track T. What is most of the stuff? As I mentioned, the stuff in the back of the truck is mainly, it's just early Ford hot rod stuff. You probably don't need it, but I have a wheel and column that fit that truck. It's slightly larger diameter than the standard F100. This is not an F100. I don't know if you have your screen like wrong. This is an F600. It probably has the wheel you're talking about. This isn't a little truck. This truck has a 15-foot long bed on it. This is a big truck. It has a big wheel. It's not like a big rig wheel, but it's pretty big. It's all right, Rick. I'm just telling you can't text me while I'm trying to shoot a live. It's counterproductive. Are you going to paint the rear wheelhouses on the Roadster pickup? I don't know. A lot of people commented about that. The thing is, the Roadster pickup is like an old paint bed that I was trying to make work with the cab. So I kind of want it to look a little old. The reason the bed looks so much better than that area here is because I hit this with like wax. I actually waxed it a little bit to make the old black paint come up. I want the truck to look old. That's the whole idea. It's not, I did this crappy paint job because I want it to look like an old crappy paint job. So it's not smooth. It's not perfect. So it's okay if it has a little surface rust on the wheel well because the truck isn't perfect. I don't know why people don't understand that. So I may clean this area up here. And I'm not being mean. We get 1,000 comments with the same question. So you can see this bed, it's kind of shiny here, but it's been brush painted and it's crappy too. So the most I might do, I didn't clean this area before the video, so it probably looked worse than it is. I'm afraid that if I touch it up with this paint that's here, it's going to not match. It doesn't match perfect. So if I put it here, it's really going to be noticeable. So I don't know if I'm going to do anything with that, maybe, but probably not. People were commenting in the video about the tailgate. I just didn't clean the tailgate. I cleaned the rest of the bed. The bed looked like this, and I didn't go over it and wax the tailgate. I just did the side just to see how it all blended in. But that is something we'll work on. I don't know if I'm going to paint the wheelhouses or not. I may clean them up. We may paint them. I don't know. But this thing is going to age in and all look the same after a little while. So I'm not too worried about the wheel well because the rest of the cab, just like somebody just said, Gordon said it, it'll look old after a few drives on some dusty roads. Exactly. So that's what, get my finger out of the way here. So that's why. And I wasn't being mean. We get a lot of comments about the same thing. Will you ever use a 2-speed rear? Ray said. That is a good question. I have a bunch of a 2-speed rear. I'm not sure. Oh, well, let me go back one question. Waiting for early Pontiac V8 speed equipment. We do get it occasionally. Our buddy Jason is a Pontiac guy, so we usually offer it to him first. So Ray asked if I'll ever use a 2-speed rear. If you're talking about on the hauler truck, probably not. I don't know. I'd like to add like an accessory transmission or something in that to give me a higher gear, but I don't know yet. So the Roadster here, this is what I'm hoping to use a 2-speed rear on. So I have a couple of Columbia rears. So that is what I was thinking about using the 2-speed in. So if you're asking about cars, I actually have a Columbia. So the Columbia rear I may use in this. It has an original rear, and I've been thinking about running a Columbia. So you put any fenders on the shop truck? No. Somebody buys it someday, they can do it, but I'm not. How's the engine build for the Dorian coming along? We ran into snag. We found out that the engine, what did we find out? I forget. There's something that we have to tear the engine apart. I think the cam's wiped out in it. It was one thing that we found. There was something else, but we have to tear into it. I believe the cam, it's an old hot rod engine. It's sitting under the stand. You can see the giant high rises sticking up like a boner. So that thing needs to be taken down and worked on. We've been bouncing around on projects as always with videos. So we'll get back on that here soon. I got enough flatheads. If it is a problem, we can use something else. So, let's see. Yeah, the taillight's awesome on that thing. I love the taillight on this. We just got this. Kevin's got a good eye. I just got this taillight and the headlight bar at a place we just started picking, and it was pretty cool when we go picking places. I sometimes pick an item up and you tell the family as you pick it up, like, I'm literally going to put this on a car like tomorrow. And I always know that they're like, yeah, right, you're giving us a sob story to get a good deal. Headlight bar came from the same place. So I put it on and sent them a photo, and they were really psyched. Hey, what's up, Spencer? And so that's that. Super psyched on that. Dave asked, yellow sign. I don't know. I'm not selling any signs. Whoever's asking about buying signs, no signs you see are for sale. Hey, Pete. Happy birthday. Everybody's tell happy birthday to Pete. Pete's on here. Pete is early Ford guru, has taught me a lot about what I do, and he's basically like my second father. So everybody tell Pete happy birthday. It was his birthday yesterday. All right, and 2-speed rears for highway use, yes. Thank you. Yeah, we've grown a ton. I've been working my butt off, and finally it's starting to pay off. Any news on the Arden? No news, really. Ron I saw him in Maryland at the Jalopy Rama show, and he said he had worked on it a little bit, but not a ton. Like everybody, he's got 100 projects, and Bonneville is his big thing. So as soon as you get within a couple months of Bonneville, he pretty much stops working on customer working, is getting ready, cars ready. So unfortunately, not much is going on. So I gotta give him a little bit of crap this winter and see if he can get on it. But I'm patiently waiting, Any Roadster bodies you would sell 3031? None right now, but keep an eye on our videos and our Instagram because we're always dragging stuff home. Hey, Dale. Yeah, we did enjoy Colorado. It was a lot of fun. We really just stayed in the Denver area. So that's, we didn't get out a ton, but we saw the Red Rocks and we went to some museums and the aquarium, and Kate and I did a bunch of fun stuff, and she got to catch up with an old friend, which was fun. Dave asked about the chrome rear. There's a chrome rear that I bought off Instagram. A bunch of people saw it for sale, and everybody was tagging me in it. Yes, I did buy it. My buddy Nick Choppett actually had it sent back to the East Coast for me, and I'm actually picking it up after this live. So I can't wait to get that. Somebody asked about Dad's Daily. Dad's Daily is sitting right here. So it is getting pretty close. Actually, my dad and Steve, while I've been traveling a lot lately, have been working on this thing and it's starting to become a car. It's kind of crazy. So Steve made like these cheap rubber mats for it. Budget is cheap on this car, so we're not going crazy. But he made some rubber mats. We got some sound deadening. He didn't make a rubber mat for the back here, but this is Eastwood's X mat. Status on the Packard. That video is from like 5 years ago. We did not buy the Packard. The family just bought it and moved it, and I think it's in storage. I don't think they've actually done anything with it. So yeah, so Dad's car is coming together. We got a bunch of stuff done, but as always, there's things that are bent and tweaked on this car because it's kind of like a parts car thrown together. So we got the hood latch in, but we found that there's a gap between the grill. I think the grill is sitting a little too low. The holes were filled and repunched in it when somebody worked on the front end of this thing, and I think it caused a problem. But yeah, Dad's Daily, I threw these little Studebaker hubcaps on it, and I think it looks awesome. It really makes the car look better. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. We have a couple more things to do, and then Dad could start driving this thing. It basically be driving now. We're just trying to refine it a little bit. He really doesn't want to drive around with all that banging and clanking and all that stuff. So we've been working on that. And by we, I mean Steve and my dad. I haven't really gotten to work on it much, but you can see got a trunk mat in the back. It's sound dead, and they got the seats all in. It is actually kind of good now. I found a Mercury horn ring for it. The same place we were picking and got the taillight for the Roadster pickup. So we threw that on. Dates for the Wheels of Time. That is I believe it's the last weekend in August. So you may, if you look up Wheels of Time, Jamboree or Hot Rod Show, it should pop up, but it's usually the last weekend in August. So, Pagoda Coupe for sale or trade, asking for a friend. No, it's not for sale. But you can always ask. That's the best thing to do because sometimes stuff sells without me advertising. Roadster pickup, what exhaust are you doing for it? Anything fancy or stock? I'm going to be building some old school torque tube headers. We're pretty much doing this truck as like a bread and butter type hot rod build. Spencer, the upstairs is open if you want to wander around. You just go up the stairs and turn right halfway up the brick stairs. And I was just up there shooting the live, so check out the madness. So I have actually the torque tubes in the back here. I had Mike bring these back from the warehouse, so we're going to use 2 torque tubes, 1 for each side. These are cool. This is what guys use, 35, 36 torque tube drive shafts. And it's nice because they have this, they bell out and they go on both ends. So a lot of times we're doing shorty headers, you can cut these in half and use half and half. But on this one, I'm going to be using the full thing, and then I'm going to actually just cut it off right before the taper here. And we're going to run it. My plan is to run them right along, kind of hide the Model A frame. Not that I'm ashamed of it, just go down and cover those mounts I made for the radius rods for the split wishbones. So I'm going to have them come out right here, go down along the frame, and then probably run right underneath of there. And should look pretty cool. I'm going to keep them raw for now, and then eventually I'd like to maybe get them chromed, but we'll see. But either way, just simple torque tube headers. I'll show building those headers. I just got all the supplies in for doing those right before I left for Seattle, so I'll be getting... when are you going to start casting IronTrap cylinder heads? Probably never. I'm too of a mess. I can't even get my own cars running, nonetheless get a set of heads cast. Torque tube headers, yeah, they would definitely be cool. Yeah, the maroon, for some reason my dad doesn't like the maroon. I kind of dig it, but he doesn't like it. So we're probably just going to throw like flat black or something on it. I don't know, but it needs, I think the front end needs to come up. That's the one problem we've been fighting is the front sheet metal's been all out of whack and holes were welded up and re-drilled. And I can just see in this shot here, looks like the front nose is drooping a little bit. So I think we need to readjust that. That's part of our problem with the hood latch. So once we get all that stuff done, then we can start doing the adjustment. Or we can do some kind of paint on it. How do you do with the Chevelle parts? Sell a lot of them. Yes, we've sold a lot of them. We still have some, but we were, not surprised, but it was pretty nice. Mike was able to sell a lot of stuff really quickly, and we still have some stuff, mainly hoods and big panels. So if anybody's looking, we have them. But it's been really nice getting this stuff out because we've gotten these parts to people that literally are going to be using them right away, and they've been looking for them. Somebody said, new modern frame under old 30s body. Think you might do it. No, I won't. That's not my thing. There's lots of other channels that do modern build, old cars and modern builds. Our channel here, we pretty much do old cars using old parts and using the old ways. So somebody said, I like the dash you did in a Sweetheart and love the old catchy engine. So yeah, here's the dash in the Sweetheart Roadster for anybody that missed that video. It's live. It's already got surface rust all over it because it's been super humid here. So I got to go back over that dash and do something about it. Yeah, so that has to get... Yeah, hot rod flats. We might do something like that for my dad's car. I don't know yet. Somebody said cast them. Yeah, cast them as souvenir pieces. We've been talking about doing little keychains or something cast. So we might do something like that. Schroll coupe, you can see I actually put street tires on the Schroll coupe. Was the day I was going to drive it to the Wheels of Time, the Street Ride Club. They have a big cruise in. I was going to go to that. Put street tires on because it was supposed to rain, and then my starter crapped the bed. So that's where we're at. Free T, we've been trying to get that thing going. Since the day I had the engine built, the gentleman that built the engine, he had done some other work for me. He was an older guy. His quality of work went down, and I ended up having a lot of problems with this engine, and we had it all torn down. Steve's been working on fixing some of the stuff. He has one of the heads back on. We went through the carbs for like the third time. The other head, Steve was working on getting back on this week. So that we're working on this car. We got the new gas tank in on it. I'll try and, with one hand, show you guys what we got done here. I'll get that after the live. So there's the, we ended up having to put the gas tank in the back again because it couldn't fit it in the front like I had hoped. I ended up putting the gas tank so high because of where the turtle deck moves that we weren't able to do anything with it. So, yeah, the gas tank is now in the back. We got it all mounted. We got a sender put in it, which I never had. We put an electric fuel pump for like a safety in it so that if we have any issues with running low in fuel, you can hit that fuel pump and it'll start pushing fuel up front. So yeah, we're back on the free T. I've been kind of disgusted with it because of the engine stuff. It was a bunch of problems, and we're going to get back on this thing. Should be good. So that's what I have going for right now, guys. I will thank you guys for watching. It's a kind of short one, but with me traveling and everything, I'm just quick jumped on and did this live. So thank you guys. I have a bunch of cool videos coming out. Make sure that you check them out. And hopefully I'll see you guys at a show coming soon. Thanks, guys. Catch you later.